Hi, my name is Scott Kettleson. I live in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm here today in Vancouver, Washington at Music World, picking up my brand new custom build Breedlove, and I am so thrilled. And the process was absolutely, it was really pretty easy. It just took me a while to figure out what I wanted specifically, but then it ended up being this beautiful Redwood top with the Cocobolo and the Cocobolo bridge and the fretboard, the headstock, and then the beautiful walnut back and the Cocobolo binding. I mean, this came out way above what I expected, and I am so thankful for Matt here at Music World and the others that helped out me putting this thing together. It's been a process, and we had some issues along the way, but the response was absolutely incredible. We rectified the problems right off. It wasn't anything to do with Music World. It was just there was an issue with the first piece of wood that I chose, and so it's just something that happens. But it was all good because it all worked up to this, and here we are today. I just want to say thank you to Music World. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, the Custom Build Shop at Breedlove, for doing this and being patient with me with all my my requests. And but you guys delivered far above and beyond anything I ever would have expected, and the customer service I got here at Music World was just absolutely top notch, and I just can't thank you enough. So thank you, Matt, and thank you, Music World. Well, I was going to the local. I live up in Tacoma, and Music World's down here in Vancouver, and I was going to some of the local music shops that carried Breedlove up there. And I walked in and I was like, man, I really want to buy a nice guitar, like my guitar. And so I played this and I played that, and I picked up a Breedlove. I was like, wait a minute, there's something about this guitar that just sings. It just made a noise. It was like, what is going on with this? So then I started doing some investigation about how Breedlove tunes their tops and tunes the backs, tune them together, so the actual instrument rings and makes a noise and it has its own voice. And so I started doing some investigation into it, and I decided, hey, look, if I'm gonna buy my guitar, I can pick one off the wall, but I wanted to pick my guitar, and this is a one of a kind. No one else has this. This is like absolutely incredible, and yeah, that's why I chose Breedlove, because of the quality of the guitar that was sitting in the shop there was really top notch, and compared to some of the other ones, there just seemed to be inconsistencies between different other models. So I would play like another brand and then pick up another one. So well, it felt different, it sounded different, and I just wondered what the issue was. But every Breedlove I picked up, whether it was like a myrtle wood or there was another sickest spruce top, it had the same kind of, like it was breathing, like it was alive, and that's what I fell in love with. So that's why I chose Breedlove. Yeah, well, I actually called the retailer I was with up there in Tacoma and was talking with him, but he seemed like he was really kind of like just getting new to it and didn't really understand what was going on. And so I was doing some research on retailers that dealt with Breedlove, and I found the Music World website, and I went on and looked around. It looked like they did a lot of different things and had multiple guitars in there, where this other retailer only had 2 or 3 guitars. And so it seemed like they knew what they were talking about, so I made a phone call, and I wanted to find out what their relationship was with Breedlove. What kind of, can they like send an email and get an answer back? What's the communication like with the retailer and the builder? And so I wanted to make sure that if I was going to build something, that they got exactly what I wanted, and they knew exactly what was going on. Everyone was tied in, so I wanted to make sure that relationship was there, and I also wanted to make sure that they had a kind of a pulse on what I wanted, and that's exactly what they delivered. Oh, custom guitars, wow. I started looking into it and I went down a rabbit hole. I spent probably 2 or 3 weeks. Every night after work I come home and I became a wood tone snob. And I was looking for videos for like this combination, that combination, And so I started listening to it, and then there was just wasn't enough information on some of it. And then I tried to figure out, kind of, I discovered that the top wood was more like, gave the guitar its kind of like responsiveness, but the backwoods was kind of the tonality, kind of like the EQ, and then all the other stuff was just like, what do you want? So I had to envision it. So I looked at all kind of different guitars, different combinations of things, and this is what I settled on here. But that's the thing I would like caution you or like help you with, is that take your time, decide what you want first, and then go through the checklist and see what's available. Because once you get your heart set on something, then they're pretty good about making that happen for you. So, but like I said, I went through all sorts of different websites, looked at all kind of different guitars. I found one that looks similar to this, with the striping on it like that, the figuring, and I just fell in love with it. And this is kind of what I wanted, something like that. But I got this is what I wanted, so I got it. So anyway. I would say patience is the number one thing. We had an issue in production. The very first top that we chose had a pitch pocket in it. Well, I was like, oh, that's nothing, and then I started kind of freaking out, and I started thinking about, like, wait a minute, every piece of wood has got its own thing, and so when they were doing the manufacturing on it, and apparently it just didn't hold up to their standards, and it wouldn't have been a good look, it wouldn't have been a good guitar, and I was like, well, okay then, let's go ahead and fix it up. So they were really good about making that right, and resetting up the conversation. We did it all through Zoom. So here I'm up in Tacoma, and you guys are down here, and then Breedlove's of course in Bend, Oregon. So we just set up a Zoom meeting, and we did it on Zoom. So it wasn't like I had to travel back and forth to get this done. It was pretty simple. They were able to show me the woods over the camera, and the communication was just really great. So. This thing speaks, man. This thing is amazing. Wow.